Her ex soon decided to cut her off shortly after we started dating. Nothing was heard from either of them for 4 months. Then the harassment began. He would blow up her phone with sexist jokes, accuse her of being a bad person, claim he knew she'd mess up her current relationship, the list goes on. I told her this was unacceptable and to block him, and she agreed, doing so immediately. Now we come to the present. We were in bed, and I'll mention that she has me check her phone if it goes off in case it's her parents, as they're getting up there in age and we help out at their house quite often. Her phone goes off, I check it, and it's him. I shouldn't have, but I checked the message, and it opened the whole conversation. They're chatting as if they're good friends. I'm confused because I've lost count of how many times she's told me she hates him and doesn't want to talk to him ever again, the latest being just this past Saturday. But this has apparently been going on for at least a month, and I'm shocked that she hasn't told me, especially since she had told me when he tried to contact her last year. I didn't say anything at the time because I didn't want to start the conversation right then. Later, when he texted again, she tried to hide it from me by quickly scrolling past the notification when showing me something else. I confronted her about it, and she said that he's just talking to me about his kid, but there was no mention of his kid at all. I feel bad for intruding, but after seeing that, I'm just not sure how I feel. I don't know how to calmly approach this situation with what I know and what I've been told. Maybe I'm just insecure? Update 2 days later. So, I'd like to thank the users who took the time to respond to my post. In short, we broke up. I decided to have a sit down with my girlfriend. I asked her why she was really texting her ex, and she said that she needed someone to talk to about life and vent, and apparently, he's a better choice for that than I am. She also showed me all of the messages. She didn't bother trying to delete anything, as that would have been obvious. But he was clearly trying to drag her back or break apart our relationship, with subtle flirting and even some knight in shining armor nonsense. She told him she thinks I cheated in the past with my former boss because I sent her and my manager memes and often helped her and her wife with projects to make extra money while they prepared to sell their house. I read multiple messages from him about how he would have beaten me to a pulp if he were still in town, and how upset he was that he punched holes in his wall, the cheesy stuff. He claimed he would never cheat on her, even though he cheated twice, so I hope you all can see he's also a narcissist. He kept insisting that my helping them out was suspicious since I only did it on weekends, even though I always sent her pictures of the work I was doing, receipts for the supplies, and even footage of me working from their home cameras, which they have for their 3 dogs. There was never a question asked of me about what I was doing there, aside from what time I expected to finish, and I was usually done on time or early. Oh, and I didn't mention that she never told him we had sorted it out and that I had never actually cheated. She didn't say anything to dissuade him or diffuse the situation after he threatened me like that. Nothing, whether she thought it was serious or not. I was very upset by what I read. I felt like I had no value to her, that I wasn't trusted. No matter what I did for her, it seemed like I wasn't enough. I pressed her, telling her she had 2 options. Either she cuts him off and we go to therapy, or she can continue chatting with him and I walk away. Honestly, I should have just ended it myself, but I was curious to see what she would do. But it's over. She refused to cut him off, saying her only chance to talk to his child again is by talking to him. I told her that if a child who isn't even hers and a man who abused her are all she really cares about, then good luck with that. I grabbed my stuff and left. Rude? Yeah, I let my emotions get the best of me. I called her parents and ended up telling them we've split. They're great people, and they told me they're sorry things turned out this way. They even invited me out for dinner on Friday, just me and them, so I can pick up some tools I loaned them and talk more about it. I thought about declining the dinner, but her mom is too sweet for her own good, and her dad and I always have a blast having a drink together. So, I'm going on Friday. I've doubled down on my decision, and knowing them, they probably won't press me to try to make it work. After all this, I'm going to treat myself to a nice bottle of sake I've been saving in my fridge and just relax. Thank you for bearing with me through this long update. Second update 3 days later. Thank you everyone for your kind words, wisdom, and thoughts. Your comments have helped me so much. Alas, this will be the final update. Emma has been trying to contact me non-stop, calling and messaging me on social media, begging me to talk and work things out. I replied only once, saying that I gave her a chance to work through this, to compromise and go to therapy together. But she refused and chose her ex and his child over me. Apparently, yesterday he cut contact with her, blocking her on everything, and honestly, I saw it coming. He'll probably do it all over again when she finds someone new. She's a wreck, and while I pity her somewhat, she's made her bed, and it's time for her to lie in it. I told her there would be no second chance, that I was done the moment she made her values clear, and once again suggested she seek therapy. I wished her the best, then deleted her from my phone and everything else she was on. I went out to dinner with her parents last night, and it was actually a good time. They were kind yet direct. They told me not to hold back or leave anything out, and to tell them exactly what had been going on. I tried to explain that, while I respect them, I didn't want to drag them into our relationship problems and didn't want to create any issues between them and their daughter. Her dad, however, told me they had already had a long talk with Emma and, regardless, wanted to hear my side. So, we talked. I told them about her ex and his child, the threats he made, and how he tried to break up our relationship, which, I guess, he ultimately did. I explained how she lied and hid his messages. I also told them about the choice I gave her and the decision she made. I insisted that they encourage her to seek professional help because if she continues down this path, she's going to tear herself apart, along with any future relationship. I want her to be happy someday, but it just won't be with me. I'm tired of the lies and deceit. I just want to move forward and live my life, and I hope she can do the same. Their response wasn't exactly what I expected. They apologized to me for her actions and said they were disappointed that things turned out the way they did, but they supported my decision to walk away. Honestly, I had expected them to ask me to talk to Emma and try to move past it, but there wasn't even a hint of that. Her mom gave me a hug, but her dad just seemed dejected. I'd never seen him like that before, and it felt like a punch to the gut. It hurt seeing him that way, knowing there was nothing I could do. We sat in silence for a minute before he decided to order a round of shots. One round turned into two, and that seemed to help everyone relax. We started chatting about my future plans, their retirement, and our goals and hopes. We ended up staying for 3 hours, talking as if we were just regular people. Despite the hurt, I had a great time. We cried a few times, but we also laughed and reminisced about the times we made fools of ourselves. When we were about to part ways, her dad gave me a bone-crushing handshake and then, to my surprise, pulled me in for a hug, which her mom quickly joined. This man had never hugged me before, so it really caught me off guard. They told me to take care of myself, eat healthy, avoid drowning myself in booze, and just focus on getting through the days. They also said they're going to explore therapy options for Emma and recommended I do the same, which I think I will. They handed me a bag with my tools, said they're going to miss me, and wished me the best. I said my goodbyes, and we parted ways. I feel like a huge weight has been lifted, both off my chest and shoulders. I've decided to take a break from dating. One day, I'll find someone, but that's on the back burner for now. To others who may be going through similar situations, talk to your partners. If you've only talked about going to therapy, schedule a session. If not for both of you, then do it for yourself. Do not sacrifice your mental or physical health for the sake of a relationship. If it's not healthy, and attempts to improve the relationship fail, walk away. I know for many it's not that simple, but ask yourself, when will enough truly be enough for you?